Well, good morning, everybody. I hope I'm not going to be bumping on Lori here. She shows up. Okay. Hey, Sharon. Good morning. Yeah, look, go open up your Skype and send me a friend request. Just like you see in my name here in chat, Vincent Easley, except for add the digit 2 on the behind. So Vincent dot Easley 2, the number 2, that is, all together, or Vincent space Easley space capital II for Roman numeral 2.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Now let me go mute the chat room. Player. Good morning, everybody in chat. Lori's somewhere, obviously. And so, James, good morning. Jules, Walter, Sharon from Trailer Park Homesteaders, myself, Captain Gringo down in Texas in the Anons. Good morning, folks. Righty. And Sharon is going to join me then. So, obviously, something's happened with Prepper Chick, so we're going to fill in weather for this morning. That's me, JJ. Can you hear me now? I'm not even ready to do anything this morning. I got coffee. I just got coffee going. I got my ravens outside that I'm fixing to feed. A raven family. There's 3 juveniles and a mama and a daddy. I did get my wheat set out. I got a bunch of animals that come visit every day that I feed here. From, oh boy, there's rabbits, there's ground squirrels, there's all types of birds, doves, quails, lizards. I put my food and water out, some old wheat. It's got weevils in it, and man, everybody seems to love it. Unfortunately, and I don't know if I'm, morning, JJ. I don't know if I should say this, but I think I need to thin the rabbits down, man. They decimate that. I put out like a quart of this wheat every day, and the rabbits eat way too much, and you know they're pretty destructive. So they need to be controlled. Now there's a lot of snakes, man. I've come pretty close to some rattlers already. I tried to kill me one because he was living here by the house. If I could have caught him, but he was halfway poked out from under the house. But anyways, I was going to chop his little head off for him, and he was quicker than I and retreated faster. I come down with that shovel, and I thought I was coming down fast. It was like a strike, and he did a reverse strike, and bam, his head was back up under that trailer. Howdy, buddies. I bet that's Ham. And on 6188. So anyways, I'm waiting for Sharon. She's going to send me a friend request on Skype. Trailer Park Homesteader, and she'll all do the show for Lori today. I hear jackrabbits are rabid and considered vermin, JJ says. Yeah, you know what? I was told that they didn't used to be jackrabbits out here. Now there's both. And they're so comical to watch them just walking around legs. There you are. I'm going to go get Sharon. I shall return. She sent me a friend request. I can't believe he's not already friend, Sharon. Sharon. And you. Oops. I hope I am. It says add phone number. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what I'll do. There we go. There we go. Good job, Sharon. I hope I did that right. I can.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Now, I'll remind you I'm on satellite uplink through the internet here, so we're going to have delay, so we'll remember that. And if you have any material, if I could just hand you the mic for a moment and let me go feed my ravens and pour me a cup of coffee. Maybe it'll be bubbling by the time I get back.
Okay.
Super.
Hey, everyone. I'm Sharon. I'm with the Trailer Park Homesteader. And this is kind of weird. I've never actually hosted this show. But hope everyone's doing okay out there today. And I was wondering, did you guys see the thing about Alaska yesterday? They were talking about they had an earthquake that was like an 8.0, and they were worried about tsunami warnings. So that was a little strange. Hi, Jane. Hi, Cap. Hi, everybody in the chat room. Not sure what happened, but came into the show and there was dead air. I don't know what happened with Lori. Hope everything's going okay there. So Vince went to go grab him some coffee. So I'm kind of wasting time here. I'm trying to pull up some info on that earthquake. They were talking about they had to, they were going to do some evacuations because of that. It looks like some reports say 7.9, but then some say 8.0. So either way, that's a pretty big one. I'm from Oklahoma, and we get them all the time, but not nearly that large. Do we still have sound?
Yes, we're still good.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure. Anyway, I was looking at the earthquake information. They were talking about they had 21 aftershocks after the main one was recorded. And I couldn't even imagine. I've never been in an earthquake that big. So I think that'd be pretty crazy. But so yeah, so I don't know. Kind of makes you wonder, you know, if one would hit down here, how people would really react, but Vince needs to get his coffee because I'm boring by myself, aren't I?
Yeah, okay. I do got the Ravens fan, which, you know how to tell the difference. Well, I'm actually in Arizona, but close enough to Southern Nevada. But this is something my mom said ever since I was a little kid. She said, you know how to tell the difference between a crow and a raven in Southern Nevada? 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. The delay. I had that time. Okay, so the way to tell this, there are no crows in Southern Nevada. Ravens are bigger. They're, I guess, probably the same family, maybe. I don't know. Oh, wow. There's some new information that I never knew. Thanks, Jimmy. Says you have to keep talking or the server will drop the call. That's interesting. Thanks, Jimmy. That's Jimmy Bunky from Boiler Room Radio, right here on UCY. We've got a pretty good crowd building in chat. Lori, of course, one of the best broadcasters out there with some great information, always, and enjoyable to listen to. And now you get stuck with me trying to wake up this morning. No wake, no bake yet this morning. But I guess is what we'll do if we can. And it's kind of a delayed interview type, maybe. And I can ask you some questions. And what would that be? My first question would be, what questions should I ask? My coffee ain't ready yet. And I ain't rolled a hooter yet either. Come on, Sharon. Tell me something. Okay.
What do you want to know? I'll tell you.
Okay. Now, you're called the Trailer Park Homesteader, and we can find you on Facebook. I'll go over there and actually grab that link. You also have a website. And I will get that too. And I'll pop it in there. Now, tell me what you do to be prepared right now. Now, there's any number of scenarios that one might be needing to be prepared for. Oklahoma's got a lot of tornadoes. That's where I was born at. So, what are some of the preparedness things that you do?
Well, we do a lot of stuff. We grow our own food. We preserve it. We practice with different weapons, try to learn some security stuff. I just went blank. Sorry, it's early for me.
I know.
We are, it's only 7:20 here, so it's a little early for me. But, growing our own food, we hunt, and pretty much all the basic stuff. We're in the middle right now of actually building a water catchment system, and I actually do live in a trailer park, so we have certain rules around here that, of course, the owner don't want us to do because it's a rental property, but, I'm a rebel, so now we're in the middle of building a rain catchment system, and so it's pretty cool, but, you mentioned it was, we have a lot of tornadoes down here, and when we do, we had that Moore tornado last year, and that actually only started about 3 miles from my house. So I think that's pretty much the only type of disaster that I would say probably really frightens me, because just knowing that within minutes, that could wipe out all my preps. And plus, I don't know, I've been through one before. They're scary as hell. And so that's the number one disaster I pretty much don't like. But everything else, I think I could deal with pretty well.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty ready for about anything. Something coming down destructive like that, like a tornado. There's, man, if it's coming for you, if you're not in a hole in the ground, you're not much you can do to deflect that one.
Yeah.
It takes out whole towns and cities. It's a terrible destructive force. We got a lot of weird weather, it seems, these days.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of rain here lately. But, yeah, so we don't prepare for, one big event down here where it's kind of everything. We just try to do our best for everything. And then also, job losses and illnesses. We're not those, doomsday preppers that are all, nutty on TV, Have you seen that new show, the America Unplugged show?
No, I sure haven't. I don't have.
Oh, you should check it out. It's pretty.
Go ahead. I was going to say.
Well, look on YouTube.
Okay, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find a couple episodes there. It's really good because it's not I don't know if you've ever seen Doomsday Preppers, how they kind of make people seem nutty.
Yeah.
But the new America Unplugged, the news show, that's more like what we do, just legitimate situations to prepare for, and it's not the zombie apocalypse or whatever, but just being realistic.
Right. Now, there's all types of food storage and stuff, and there's a lot of people that are making what appears to me to be making a lot of money. Now, I end up with with one of these buckets, I think 160 meals. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can grab I'm gonna unplug my headset. I'm gonna see if I got the brochure still. Yeah, I do. If it was meant that I would have bought this, I wouldn't have it. But anyways, I ended up with this in a roundabout way. I could tell the story, but it'd take a while, and I can't see. Not enough light yet this morning. But anyways. There is a comparison here. This is New Manna, and I think it's like $1.60 a serving, which is cheaper compared to Wise Company and Daily Bread, some other food storage. But you know what? If I figured this right, and I didn't put it to paper, a friend of mine actually put the numbers together in his head, so that may not be right. But at 100, I think there's 160 servings inside that bucket, and it's a kind of not a square type nor a round type bucket, more rectangular shaped, looking down from the top at it. But I think the price for that thing of food come up to somewhere about $600. Now that's crazy, and I have been eating it because, like Lori says, a person needs to be, sampling some of their wares that they've got for food storage. I've got a couple of months food with me on hand, just where I'm at right now, in Arizona. But also the ability to procure more food outdoors. You know, a lot of people think the desert's pretty sparse, but there's actually a lot out here. Now, your biggest thing is, of course, is water. So I've found water sources out here, and I provide water for the animals, like I said, and it draws them in like magnets, you know. But anyways, the cost of this food is ridiculous, and I ate it. Now, I've had a few packages I've been trying, and one, I had I think noodles, some kind of pasta primavera last night, and it wasn't so great, but mostly it's been pretty good tasting food, but the cost is crazy. And then all of it is basically vacuum sealed in Mylar. Noodles, well, the primavera and marinara is nothing more than just a dehydrated type sauce, you know, a powdered sauce, which you can go to the grocery store and buy any number of that stuff, you know. So for a $10 pack, I think how many servings on a package? 6 servings, 8 servings, or something like that. 8 cups after it's cooked, but you know, it adds up to maybe about $10 for one of these. Where, you know, I mean, if you went to the grocery store, if you had your stuff, you know, sealed yourself, vacuum pack or whatever, put this stuff and then into a container and vacuum pack that container. Okay, Aaron and Green, I was talking. I'll come back just a second. And Walter. Anyways, you know, for pennies compared to dollars, you can have your food, you know, food storage. So they're making a lot of money. Now, let me get your thoughts on that. I'm going to see what these folks say in the chat over here. Oh, they're talking about gas.
Yeah, they're making tons. Yeah, they're making tons of money off that stuff. And, you know, one thing that we do is we just preserve our own, and we actually still, I guess it's kind of like making your own MREs. That's what I call it. We just make our own, and I just go on, you know, Amazon or whatever, and buy powdered butters and powdered eggs and stuff like that, and put it in Mylar, and we seal it up ourselves because I find it's cheaper. You know, a lot of those companies, they offer tons of different varieties of freeze-dry foods and stuff like that, and it's really cool, but, you know, it's just not affordable for everybody. So I think if people would just really take the time and make their own, they would save even more money. And one thing you have to watch out for when you're buying those is the nutritional value of all that stuff, because a lot of it has tons of sodium in it. So if you can kind of control that yourself, you might be able to, you know, be a little more healthy that way.
Yeah, and I looked at the ingredients list, and there's a buttload of stuff on there that's unpronounceable, and there's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's a pretty good lesson, I'd say, is for what you could spend on one of these tubs of food, this long-term survival, you could actually go purchase the equipment. Vacuum sealer, probably a really, really good vacuum sealer that for that kind of money. And, you know, that's just like probably only a month's supply for, you know, a family. I can't imagine existing on 600 calories. Now, in my life, I've used a lot of calories in my life. I used to work hard before I had arthritis, but for some reason, my body still thinks that I should be eating as much as I did when I, you know, was shooting. No telling how many calories I used to burn climbing trees and or digging fence posts and that sort of thing. But anyways, I'm not fat, but I still consume a lot of calories that don't put on weight. So how you like that for all you people that want to lose weight? But, you know, I think the secret of that is what you're eating and not how much you're eating. So, yeah, any kind of bad foods. And I do some binging sometimes on bad food, but usually I avoid it and eat pretty good most of the time, or part of the time at least. So, beyond food storage, I mean, and like Gloria said also, anything that you, you know, stockpile, somebody can come along and take it. And some might argue that over my dead body, and that in fact is the point. But what cannot be taken from you, and unless you're considering, you know, dementia and so forth, but it is preparedness that you do and the knowledge that you have inside your mind. So, you know, if you lose all this stuff that you spent tens of thousands of dollars, you know, stockpiling, man, if you ain't got any kind of information, you're in big trouble. Somebody's going to say thank you to a lot of people, though, a lot of preppers, though. And Lori's talked about this also. Some people's idea is prepping is gun and ammo and taken from others. Are you prepared in any kind of way for dealing in that situation?
Well, I agree with you because I definitely think that the number one prep that anyone could have is education. Because like you say, you know, anybody could come along and just take whatever you have. And so being educated, you know, what happens if you do have that food storage or those preps, but something happens and you lose it? You know, you need to know how to go ahead and find food a different way or, you know, survive. And so, yeah, this summer we are planning to do a lot of more outdoors, learning outdoor skills. I want to learn a lot about like edible, wilderness edible, you know, stuff. And unfortunately, we don't know a lot about that yet. So, you know, we call our but we're just trying to get there. We're trying to learn as much as we can. So just being able to provide, you know, we've been really interested lately in the history of our community and our county, and we've been doing a lot of looking into the history and stuff, the old pioneers, because we live pretty close to the Chisholm Trail that ran through Oklahoma. And so that's kind of got me interested into a lot of the pioneer methods of survival. And so I want to learn a lot more about those types of things, you know, the things that they did to actually survive, and kind of model after that.
Yeah, that's kind of what, again, I'm reflecting on a lot of stuff that I've heard Lori talk about, Prepper Chick here on her show. And, you know, the way people used to live, you know, 50 years ago, and in many cases even less than that, but I'm going to go with 50 years ago. You know, most people were prepared. They gardened, they canned, they raised their own food, and, you know, they had a smokehouse and salted their meats and so forth. And, you know, basically they lived year to year and going to town. I remember back in the latter part of the 60s, you know, my grandma and grandpa coming back from shopping and have a truckload of groceries in the back of the truck, you know, for about $20. And that was, you know, the difference in the buying power of the dollar, which, you know, most of us realize that it's not that necessarily that things cost more, it's that the dollar buys less. So anyways, they would buy, you know, staples, you know, flour, sugar, and that sort of thing. I don't recall my grandpa having a grain mill, but that's a lot of things people do now. And there's a lot of wild stuff that can be collected that can be ground into, you know, flours of sort, from amaranth, which grows wild pigweed, it's called, and lots and lots of seeds on there that can be converted into, you know, a fry bread. I think I got something in the house with me. Just for fun last night, there was a rat. It was in here, and like I said, there's a lot of wildlife. But anyways, so I seen him. I go, well, I got a mouse trap, and I'm not going to be able to. I know it's not going to kill him, but I'm going to bloody his nose anyway. So I set a trap for him, and about 10 minutes later, Pat and I come in there. The trap's empty, but I didn't hear much more of the rat last night. Anyways, the point is rat traps and mice traps are an item that would not be considered by many for a survival gear. And some people might laugh about eating a rat or a mouse, but a hungry person would probably eat that pretty well. Besides that, if you have other type of, you know, set it in a different situation, like you could set it out where there's a small trail where small critters run, birds and stuff, and if you put some seed on there, you might catch you a bird too. Now, birds are probably perhaps the most abundant overlooked food source as well, because there's a lot of birds everywhere generally, and if you have the ability to catch them, which about $150 for a breakover air rifle would be a great investment, because with that you could kill a great many animals. You don't have to worry about ammunition. All you got to do is break it down, break the barrel over, and you're well, you know, if you had to, you could make your own. But, I mean, pellets are cheap, so you could stockpile them pretty good. I guess I meant to say the any type of powdered ammunition. That what I meant to say. But anyway, so some items to procure food are definite. Onion bags to make net traps and so forth. I advise a lot of viewing on YouTube of different methods of making traps, that you know, primitive traps to catch animals. But I wonder how many calories a rat has. Oh, another thing, when you're when you're preparing an item like that, it's best not to skin an animal. If you can scald it and scrape its hair and leave the skin on and cook it like that. And I'll tell you why, because when you skin it, most wild animals are not going to have a lot of fat in them, and in the survival situation, you're going to want to try to have fat in your diet. So when you skin them, you lose a lot of that fat. So if you'll just scald them, scrape them, and cook them with their skin on, you'll have more nutrition left. And
did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Let me mute again and go see about this coffee here. I'm ready. I'll be right back.
Okay. Vince is really needing his coffee this morning, if y'all can't tell. But yeah, you know, when something happens, sometimes you got to think out the box and maybe eat things you normally wouldn't eat. And right now, you know, we have all the modern conveniences, so we don't really think of those things. But if something was to happen, you definitely have to do what you got to do to eat. So, as strange as it might sound now, to do what Vincent was just talking about with, you know, the birds and the different wildlife that you don't really eat now, but there might come a time when you have to. So it's always good to maybe practice those skills now.
Yeah, because you don't want to try to be learning anything when you have to. Definite practice for sure. I'm reading in chat. It's like dropping in the middle, and I'm kind of lost here. Rolling all joints all wrong and shit, says Ham down in Texas. As an anon. Captain Gringo says it's looking like a pregnant dolphin. And shit, you can always add shit to anything, and it really makes a good emphasis and really means that you mean what you're saying, right? And shit, you know? Good morning, Columbine. What do you guess me, bro? What, brother? How you doing?
All right.
I got some weak coffee over there. I didn't quite get it all right, but we probably won't make some more. It was a quick job. I just added water to the grounds and turned it on for a minute. So, anyways, I'm all back and shit here.
You're all back and shit?
Yeah, doing radio right now with the Trailer Park Homesteader in Oklahoma, Sharon. Right. For Laurie, the prepper chick. Oh.
She's not feeling well or something?
Yeah, probably. Well, you know what? No, I was talking to the radio. You know what, Gringo? I can't see the. All I can see is a circle with an arrow in it. My flash drive or player or whatever it is doesn't let me see pictures and videos that are posted here. Are not clickable, anyways. Here in Chitango for some reason. But anyways, for whatever reason, I think Walter told me to update my flash, but I'm always hating doing that stuff because something always goes wrong, it seems. Computers hate me. So I don't even know the name of the song. Oh, wait, no. The song there is called Boys from Oklahoma. I guess I can do a YouTube search and find that myself. Oh, yeah, very good point. Lady Pitbull she'll be coming up here before the first cut with Jules and Dodie here in about 20 minutes. She says all the wildlife will be gone within 6 months of shift. Very good point. So, well, some people, I've heard people say, well, I'll eat grass. You can't eat grass. Cows eat grass. You can chew grass and spit the pulp and swallow the juices, but you eat grass, you're going to end up with a big old ball up in your belly, and you ain't going to be able to pass it. And Walter says, Soldner event, Saturday, says, really, lady, if the grid goes down, the animals die. So, no, Walter, I think, there she says it right there in chat. Everyone will be eating them. Yeah. And Gringo says the same thing. Yeah. Walter is a very has a very analytical mind, and personally for me, he gives me a lot of pause to think and evaluate what it is I'm saying. A lot of times that don't necessarily make sense still, but communication skills. Yeah. Oh man, I'm probably gonna miss it, but there's a fella out here that he's an old guy, does ham radio. I'd sure like to interview him and get all the rundown on that. And Lori she had a series of folks on here last year, all describing ham operation, how to get licenses and stuff like that, and study. And communication in a shift. We can probably expect most communication to be down. So ham radio would definitely be a good option. So, good morning, Dodie. Dodie's joined us. They're going to be coming up here in 20 minutes as I ramble along with Sharon here. Let's see which direction we might go. You got any idea, Sharon? Impromptu? 3, 2, 1, yeah.
Well, what have you been up to, Vince?
Well, I'm in the process of relocating. There's been developments here where I'm at that requires me to move in another direction. I still have more travels I want to do out west, but I'm thinking about going on back home to Arkansas, or maybe coming through Texas for a visit with my cousin over at Abilene. It's still, oh man, I just don't look forward to July and August in Arkansas. Of course, it's pretty hot up there, so I got a friend up there by Dodie. Up by Shasta, but she says it's way hot now. I mean, it's getting close to 100 here in the desert, but with the swamp cooler, man, it never gets uncomfortable in the house in the hot part of the day here. So, I don't know. I'm myself considering which direction, because when I get back to Arkansas, I plan on suspending travel for a while and just getting more prep and stuff and being more prepared. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but the hills of Arkansas if shift does come. And I think most people think that maybe the most likely scenario that we might see is economic collapse. And of course that'll be planned. And a person really, I mean, if you're set to survive, just keep your head down for a month or two. You might be able to pass the worst of all of something like that. And besides that, all you got to do is like if you're out hunting with a buddy and you get a bear come upon you, you don't have to be able to outrun the bear. You just got to outrun your hunting buddy. So what I'm saying is people need to be able to outlast the majority of people that are going to starve to death and kill each other within the first month or two. So if you can hunker and bunker down for a month or two in a situation like that, and have food and water on hand, you're going to have a lot better chance of survival. Yes.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. We were just talking about eating rats, Wendy. You're keeping up in chat there, Sharon. Yeah. Lady Pitbull, starvation has a funny effect on the body and mind. Yeah. And Gringo says, while you're busy analyzing and studying, dinner's getting away. And Walter says, we're city folk. Most people don't know a pine from an oak, let alone how to eat it. And that's true. There's, oh man, in Arkansas, that's a huge food source is acorns. And there's different types of oaks as well, and some produce less tannin in the acorn than others. Some white oaks are, you can pretty near eat them without, leaching them, which you leach the tannin. And tannin's an acid that causes a bitterness. Squirrels. I ate a lot of squirrels in my life. There you go. But anyways, you mash the nut and run water through and leach till it runs clear. You've got the tannin out. But like I said, like the Indians or the ancients, the Ozarks back there, they would have had particular trees that were their favorites. That a certain tree would have produced the acorn with little or no tannin, none discernible. That is. Acorn soup sounds like bait, probably for them squirrels, right? But anyways, acorns. There's hickory nuts. There's all kinds of stuff to eat back there. Like I said, out here it's very, very sparse. And I'll give you an example. I mean, I'm 8 miles up off of 93, and it's 2 miles to the mountain pass, and you look back down from there, another 6 miles down the interstate. And then it looks like it's really close. And then when you get down to the bottom and you look back to the mountains on the other side, it's like, what did you say, like 20 miles, isn't it?
20 miles, and it looks like 5 or 6.
Yeah, 20 miles, and in the desert, it looks like 5 or 6 miles to that 20. Long distances in the desert, and on foot, you have a very hard time traversing something like, any great amount of desert without a water source. You can go a little longer without food, but man, you can go 3 days without water in the desert. I mean, but in the desert, that is, I don't know if you'll make a full 3 days without, taking shade in the hot part of the day and being able to move at night. And there's a lot of hazards in the desert, from, the cactus that, you get some stuff in your feet and you're immobilized. The snakes. There's lots of, venomous snakes, and like the Mojave Green, they're not apt to shake or rattle at you before they bite you when you're trying to step on them. So anyway, survival, situations vary from region to region, and food available and water. How are you going to fill? A lot of places, that even fresh, clean, rolling water out west here in the mountains has Giardia, or how do you pronounce that?
Giardia.
Yeah, Giardia. Thank you. In it, and you're going to get sick, and bam, you got diarrhea. You're going to dehydrate. I mean, a lot of tricks to surviving. And how are you going to make fire? How are you going to stay warm? Are you going to eat your rats raw? Are you going to be able to cook them? How many methods of fire making do you have? I think most people would just like to just tuck their heads between their knees as their form of preparedness. If something like that hits, just tuck your head between your knees and kiss your butt goodbye. That's what most people are going to do, and it goes back to the point of being able to outlast, hunker down and wait out the worst of it. Back in Arkansas, Jimmy will be able to tell you, we get bad weather back there. Ice storm usually every year, and you're 20 miles from town where I'm at. You're looking at a few days without power to perhaps several weeks. I think 3.5 weeks or a few years ago was how long it was without power at one time back there, and. Most people don't know how to exist without power or being able to run down to the grocery store. So a lot of possibilities, a lot of different scenarios, and a lot of things one should be prepared for. So give us some more of your preparedness, would you, Sharon? 2, 1, now.
Well, we work on a lot of different stuff, yeah. We work on a lot of different stuff. And, the thing that you said, if something was to happen, that a lot of people would just tuck their tails and kind of give in or give up, And then what about the people that are seriously thinking that somebody's just going to come and save them? Like in Katrina, when people thought the government was going to step in and help them, and look what happened. They didn't know what the hell they were doing either, so. I could see it being a lot like that.
Okay, sorry. I got up for a second. Yeah, hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. They're going to come take your guns. They're going to confiscate any food that you've backed up to, prepare for, your survival, that of your families, and confiscate it because, hey, there's other people that need to eat, but they didn't consider that fact when, they didn't prepare themselves. So, advantage goes to the prepared mind. So, being aware of situations and scenarios is going to be probably your best preparedness. Like, again, what Lori says is what you got in your mind. Need a flint for my Zippo, Walter. I'm going to take one out of a dead Bic and put it in there. But, that flick was for Walter Solvener event. We hear his Zippo spark sometimes when he's doing radio. Hey, how about a shout out to Mom with a Prep? She's in chat this morning. Here to hear Lori, not me. So I don't know if she's still here or not. But if you are, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go find your blog and bring it over and drop it into chat as I'm typing chat. And enter. So my ravens are out there having breakfast.
They're squawking the Columbine.
Oh, yeah. Mom with a chat. And she didn't come up on the first one. I'll have to go find her on Facebook. Let me do that.
Are you looking at Mom with a Prep?
Oh, what did I say? Mom with the chat. I know. My brain farted. Thank you. Yes. Brains do fart. They say you've got a second brain in your gut. Yeah. Well, you got a mouth at the opposite end of your torso too. A lot of people talk out that end pretty often as well. And I'm known to be one of them. A dead dick. No, I didn't say that. Here's Mom with a Prep. Not Mom with a chat. Drop the link in and here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did that wrong. I was going to get her Facebook page also. Yeah, I got it. Mom with the Prep. I know more.
Yeah, I think she's still here.
Yeah.
She's still here. She's just not under her name, I think.
Okay. And someone will drop her link. Also, I think everybody listening, Prepper Chicks, find Prepper Chicks too. That's Lori's. Anyway, she's got like 40,000 likes on her Facebook page. Prepper Chicks does. That's a lot. That's a lot. But Facebook sucks.
That is a lot.
They censor everything and, kind of throttle back who sees posts and all that stuff. So, a big FU to FB. Yeah, she's an Anon now. Yeah, Anon 6182, also known as Mom with Prep. And she gives us a wink, Sharon. Thanks, Jane.
She's incognito.
Yeah. Reminds me of a story. Thanks for there's Prepper Chicks on Facebook. Reminds me of a story. What did Jane say to Tarzan when she saw elephants coming over the hill? I'm waiting for you to say. Oh,
I have no idea.
That's what I was waiting for. She said, "Look, Tarzan, here come the elephants over the hill." What did she say when she saw the elephants coming over the hill with sunglasses? She didn't say nothing. They were incognito. She didn't recognize them. Incognito is a word I learned very young. That was one of my many dumb jokes from my mom. I love dumb jokes, especially dumb elephant jokes. Yeah. You know how to tell when you got an elephant in a shower with you by the faint smell of peanut butter on his breath. Yes, that's right. Facebook wants more money. That's all they want is more dollars. And yeah, I ain't paying. Man, I spent thousands of hours building pages. You know. No, this is not funny. But anyways, yeah, Facebook sucks. Not a good way to spread the word. But I guess it works. You know what? All we got to do is really reach one person, and then, yeah, Mom with Prep is back with her real name, and then that person reach another. So you know, exponential does come at some point in time. Oh, good, Jane. Yeah. I think Jimmy says that you're probably signing in each time that you come in. So yeah, with a little wall, then you fall out and have to sign back in. And everybody's saying hi to Jane. And thankfully, we have about 3 minutes left of this unprepared broadcast. But I hope we've entertained you and informed you a little bit. I'd like to invite everybody to visit Trailer Park Homesteader. Just search there if you didn't get the link I dropped, and visit Sharon's work there. A lot of great stuff, and also Jane's Mom with Prep, and Lori with Prep for Chicks. Lots and lots of great information, and you guys do a lot of good work. Really appreciate it. I have notifications turned on for all three of y'all. So even though I might not click like or comment or something, I always see when you guys post. It comes up. I monitor a lot of different people that I find interest with information. So you do a great job, Jen.
Well, thank you. Sorry, guys, unprepared. Didn't know I was going to be on. Rather boring, early in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we got a great family here at UCY, and we'll jump in and help one another. Josh, Anti-Tyranny News, he's going to make me really step up to the plate. He's asked me to take his show for him this week, Wednesday, Friday. So I've got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday radio this week. And I'm still I've been preparing notes and trying to in his honor, to do a really good show, because Josh is somebody I highly respect, and I have a lot of respect for what he does. He's pretty incredible. Somebody can come in here by themselves and sit down and talk to you for 2 hours. As far as I'm concerned, he's doing a pretty good job. Jimmy, he can do it too. Jimmy, he's got a great voice. Got a lot of great people here. So we're going to be rounding out here in just a minute. And thanks again, Sharon. Give us any more information that you'd like to share. And stick around for before the first cup coming up next. And more great radio on UCY all day long and all night right here. Always can come in for a listen 24/7 and drop it in the chat. And there's sometimes some people here at any number of hours. Good morning, Dal. And I hand it to you, Sharon, to take us out to the music.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Sorry we're very unprepared. Follow us all on Facebook. We're out on the web. You can also hear me when I am prepared on Survival Mom Radio Network.
Yeehaw, y'all. Okay, we're coming up about another minute. The music's going to take us out. I love that Spy Hunter. That was a video. That I forget the name of the guy. The music, anyway. Now I'm rambling. Any moment now, the music will take us out. And,